Just spoke about our Saturday picks on this channel, but this video is all about the three games on Sunday. The NFL playoffs are finally here, and I can't wait to give you all of my picks. The only bad news, I don't have a pick on Chargers versus Patriots. Model didn't like anything on the side and the total, and I couldn't find any props with enough juice to certify the squeeze. But the good news is we got picks in both the Bills and the Jags game and the 49ers Eagles game. Welcome to the channel. My name is Peter Apple, and my only goal is to give you the best free picks with the best free analysis that I can muster. And all I ask for in return, it's simple and it's free. Smash the like button. Make sure to comment down below any of your thoughts, any of your picks. Help everybody out, right? I want to make this a community. It's not just my picks, it's yours. Let me know in the comment section below. And also make sure to subscribe so you never miss one of my videos. A reminder that all of my plays are on BetMGM, and if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code JUSTGRIDIRON when signing up, and you will get up to a $1,500 new player offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Just download the BetMGM app, sign up using bonus code JUSTGRIDIRON. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets, and you'll get promos on top of that. First up, Odds Boost token. Activated on any pro football playoffs bet. If your pick hits, you're looking at an even bigger payout. Simple as that. And if you want a little extra peace of mind, grab your no sweat token, attach it to a qualifying bet, and if things don't go your way, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. No sweat. Literally, BetMGM. Make it legendary, folks. Let's start with the early game. Jags versus Bills. And I said this on my statistical breakdown, which I dropped on Tuesday on this channel. It is an absolute travesty that this isn't the Sunday night football game, or at least higher on the schedule. This is one of the most fascinating matchups of Wild Card weekend. I cannot wait to break into Bills versus Jags. Now, the Bills, they opened up as 1.5 point favorites in this game, but I'm looking at the odds screen. It has slowly come back down to a pick 'em. Right? When the Bills were slight favorites, I even told you on Tuesday, I wanted to get involved with Jacksonville as my model makes the Jags ever so slight favorites, right? I still have a ton of respect for Josh Allen and the Bills. Not enough to truly jump in based on value there. But my brain and my model are pointing me towards the Jags, but I do have another angle, a way to attack the Jacksonville Jaguars, or actually attack the Buffalo Bills by taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's based on the fact that the Bills have major holes when it comes to their run defense. They rank 25th in rushing success rate this season, and it hasn't gotten any better since week 10. They rank 23rd. And really, when you're looking at both teams, that's the only major weak spot on either side. And since week 10, it's just been harder to find a better overall team than the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the eighth best offense and third best defense in the NFL in that time frame. And they're the only team in the NFL since week 10 to be ranked top 8 on both sides of the ball. Trevor Lawrence is third, and deservedly so, in MVP odds. And Liam Cohen's offensive scheme has been a nightmare for opposing defenses. But that's what I want to attack. That right there. The first half Jacksonville script. I want to avoid what I believe to happen is the inevitable Josh Allen comeback. This season, the Bills are so good in the second half. They're the number one offense in the second half this season by EPA per play and second in success rate. McDermott, their coach, his second half defensive adjustments are also a worry for the Jags through the full game, considering the Bills have the seventh best defense in the second half. Now, the Jags, they're still playing elite defense in the second half. They're playing elite defense. They haven't allowed a 75-yard rusher all season long. But the offense drops off a cliff, falling to 21st in EPA per play, 25th in success rate. However, when Liam Cohen is in his bag in the first half and we got that script, Jags are nearly unstoppable. Ranked ninth in success rate on offense in the first half, seventh on defense. And since week 10, major turning point for the Jags, big win over the Denver Broncos, fourth on offense, seventh on defense. And the Bills in the first half, right, opposing the Jags, 13th on offense, a horrible 28th on defense. How is the 28th ranked defense going to stop this Jags script coming from Liam Cohen? No wonder the Jags went 11-6 against the spread in the first half compared to the Bills at 5-12. I was shocked to see that. With Cohen scheming against a bad run defense and getting Trevor Lawrence going at home, I think the Jags are going to build a lead early. But of course, all bets are off in the second half. At home, I like the Jags a lot here. And at plus a half through the first half, a tie, that's a win for us. So I love this play on Jacksonville early. And by the time you're listening, it might have moved. I would take it all the way up to minus 130. But if it moves beyond there, just go with the Jags on the first half money line. Because I think the big edge in this game is the Jags early. But again, late, throw that out the window because the Bills get a lot better. We'll see if the Jags can hang around or if they fall victim to an inevitable Josh Allen masterclass. And one thing that is important too, I think for the first half and the second half, Bills don't have a kicker. So could there be missed opportunities in the first half and then they finally land them in the second half to win by 1 point or something like that? I think it's going to come down to the very end in the second half, but it's the first half where I think the Jags get a lead. Give me Jacksonville Jaguars plus a half, minus 120. Laid the juice to win a unit in the first half. Play them early. That's how I'm playing it. All right, for my next pick, we're going to look at the Eagles against the 49ers. Now, it's in Philly where the Eagles have just been so good. And the 49ers got embarrassed by the Seahawks in week 18, 13-3. 49ers failed to get 200 yards as an offense. But now the market is basically projecting a similar game here. Total is down 2 points and it continues to fall. And the opener of 3.5 for the Eagles, long gone. Continues to climb. Right now it's settled at 49ers plus 6, but I mean, who knows? This might keep climbing. Now, tons of gamblers, including sharp ones, smart people that I really respect, believe the 49ers will not be able to move the football. Ricky Pearsall appears like he's not going to play, but there is hope for one of the greatest offensive linemen in NFL history, Trent Williams, who logged 2 straight practices, albeit in a limited fashion. But playoff game, I think he's going to suit up. He won't be 100%, but I think he does. If this was the opener, right, if I told you Eagles are still minus 3.5, I would understand where people are coming from on the Eagles. I really would. My model makes the Eagles minus 3.6. So at the opener, I didn't really have an opinion. But now at 6, I basically have to jump on San Francisco. But the more I dove into it, I'm excited to do so. The Eagles have a great defense, don't get me wrong, but they aren't Seattle. Eagles ranked 9th in EPA, 10th in success rate, while Seattle's 1st and 3rd, respectively. Seattle ranks 3rd against the pass, Philly ranks 7th. Hawks are 1st against the run, Eagles are 17th. Since week 10, though, that hole has gotten better. Eagles' run defense has improved, and of course, getting back Jalen Carter is certainly going to help. But they still rank 10th in rushing success rate. If Trent Williams is back and Shanahan's mind unlocks a solid running attack with Christian McCaffrey, I find it hard to believe that the Eagles are going to win by more than 6 points. Brock Purdy, can we give him some credit here? Can we? Do you know where he ranks in EPA plus completion percentage over expectation? My favorite quarterback stat? Number 2. Number 1, Drake May. For reference, Hurts ranks 12th. Brock Purdy's been the better quarterback this year. We're getting the better quarterback and getting 6 points. And the 49ers offense, it's elite. One of the most efficient in football. They rank 3rd in overall success rate. The Eagles also have a structural hole at CB2. Remember, I talked about that in the statistical breakdown, ranking 25th in DVOA against wide receiver 2s opposite Quinyon Mitchell. That's a weakness that Shanahan can target relentlessly with motion, splits, and layered route concepts. Now, I believe the 49ers are going to piece together some successful drives. But the issue is, of course, can they stop the Eagles? Because the 49ers defense flat out stinks for playoff standards, right? As they've lost big-time pieces like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, among others, right? There are more names that I haven't even listed. As a team, they rank 24th in EPA per play, 25th against the pass, and 17th against the run. It's a bad defense. But is the Eagles' offense going to crush them? Because their offense is moving in the wrong direction. Since week 10, 13th in EPA per dropback through the air, 23rd in passing success rate, meaning they're inefficient play-to-play and heavily reliant on sporadic explosives. The Eagles' run game no longer insulates them from these efficiencies, right? They used to, when they were running into problems with the pass game, hand it off to Saquon Barkley. It's totally fine. Saquon's not had a great season, right? He had such a huge workload last season, and it's starting to add up. 23rd in EPA per rush, 27th in rushing success rate with Saquon Barkley makes sustained scoring far harder. Now, getting Lane Johnson back on their offensive line is big for them, but it's hard to assume he's going to be 100%, still questionable for this game, right? Similar to Trent Williams, limited practices, both questionable. And without him, they've been a mediocre offense at best. I get the better quarterback and the better offense against the much better defense at home. Could be a game where it all comes together for Philly and they look like the Super Bowl team that we saw last year, right? And the 49ers don't stand a chance. But I don't think it magically clicks in game one. I really don't. So I took the 49ers +6, and I couldn't help myself from sprinkling on that money line as it continues to rise. But this one, I'm already behind on the market. I thought this might be the limit, but it just keeps going. So it's not the worst thing in the world just to wait, get the best number on the 49ers, because I have a firm belief that the odds makers know what they're doing. That's kind of encapsulates my betting philosophy. They didn't just set a bad line at 3.5. Maybe they did. We'll find out. I trust the odds makers at their opener of 3.5. I trust Brock Purdy. I trust Kyle Shanahan, and I trust this offense, and I don't trust the Eagles offense. Now, I don't trust the 49ers offense or defense, but we'll see what happens. The 49ers show up. I think they can win this game outright and shock all those smart bettors out there. And I hold I tip my cap to you, even though my hat's on backwards. You have moved this line. You got a great line if you're an Eagles backer from the beginning of the week. But we'll see what happens. Me 49ers +6, 49ers money line. So those are my 2 picks for Sunday. Well, 3 technically, but 2 picks for Sunday. Again, nothing on Chargers Patriots. I apologize, but I'm not going to bet on anything I don't like. I'm not just going to fire on every game, but also make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, especially if you like this video. Make sure to subscribe as my Monday night video will be out soon. Appreciate everybody listening, but we have to remember one thing. It's very important. It's not gambling advice.